So that's the recording going. I'm also copying into the chat some information about the recording, so you know about that. And someone's asked me to send the coffee link again. So I'll send you that. Because you can buy me a virtual coffee if you want to help me wake up in the morning. And so I'm just putting that in the chat. There we go. Okay, so that's all good. And I think if you're looking at the screen now, it's probably good to start with gallery view, which you can click in the top right-hand corner, because we're going to start with our kitchen utensil game. It's the kitchen utensil game. So let's review what we've done so far. And if you remember it, you can do it and show me that you remember what we've done before. We started with this. You've got to guess what kitchen utensil this is. So if you know what that is, you can shout it out, or you can do it. There we go. So that was our first day, and that was a fork. You have to make your body into a kitchen utensil. That's a fork. Then the second one we did, who can remember? Who can show me what the second one was?
Fork. No, pea on fork.
Pea on a fork. Well done. Let's do pea on a fork. Very good. Then the next one, what was that?
Whisk.
Yeah, it was whisk. Let's do whisk. That's a whisk that you might use to mix up your eggs. Very nice. Everyone whisking around. Looks a bit like ballet dancing, doesn't it? Whisking. And then we can, now we got a new one for today. And the new one for today is this one. Okay, watch this. I'll do it again. Huh?
Nutcracker.
Nutcracker, well done. Okay, well done. It's a nutcracker. Let's all do that together. So you've got to imagine you're really squeezing a nut really hard. Very good. There's our nutcracker. So now I'm going to put myself on spotlight so you can see me clearly. Can you all see me nice and big now? Because I'm going to start doing the rest of the big movements. And yeah, you got a thumbs up from someone. That's good. So we're ready to start. Okay, and they go up. Oh no, hold on. We haven't stretched yet, have we? Let's start with our stretching. Stretch, stretch, stretch very, very wide. And stretch this way. And stretch that way. And stretch over here and round. Do some big circle stretches. Circle stretches. This is how the villagers wake up in the morning. Some big circle stretches. And do some cross stretches. Cross stretches. The villagers waking up in the morning and then they swing their arms. Swinging stretches. Waking up in the morning. Then they have their breakfast, open up the door and they step outside in the morning light. Ever so bright in the morning light. And they run up, up, running up the hill. Running up to see the old windmill. Keep it up, up, running up the hill. Running up to see the old windmill. And hopping, hopping, hopping up the hill. Hopping up to see the old windmill. Swap, hopping, hopping, hopping up the hill. Hopping up to see the old windmill. And dancing, dancing, dancing up the hill. Dancing up to see the old windmill. They're dancing, dancing, dancing up the hill. Dancing up to see the old windmill. And they're turning, turning, turning up the hill. Swap, turning up to see the old windmill. Swap, turning, turning, turning up the hill. Swap, turning up to see the old windmill. And they're heaving, heaving, heaving up the hill. Yeah, heaving up to see the old windmill. They're heaving, heaving, heaving up the hill. Heaving up to see the old windmill. And they're clicking, clicking, clicking up the hill. Clicking up to see the old windmill. They're clicking, clicking, clicking up the hill. Clicking up to see the old windmill. And creeping, creeping on their tippy tippy toes. Creeping up to see the old windmill. And there stands the windmill, red and white. Ever so bright in the morning light. There stands the windmill, ever so bright, wide and bright in the morning light. And this is the song that the windmill sings. Windmill, windmill, see how my windmill turns, shining in the sun. Feet together, arms down, eyes closed. Closed if you want to, open them if you need to. Hands on your heart and feel it beat. Very good. Eyes open, arms out to the side, back the other way. Windmill, windmill, see how my windmill turns, shining in the sun. Feet together, arms down, eyes closed, hands on chest. Feel your heart. Very good. And at the top of the windmill, there is a little frog, and the little frog goes, Can you do that with your face? Very good. Okay, so now we get on our froggy lily pads, and we're going to go. 1, 2, 3. Went the little green frog one day. Went the little green frog. Went the little green frog one day. And we all go, ah. But we know frogs go, sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la. We know frogs go, sha-la-la-la-la. They don't go, ah, once again, and bouncing on your lily pad every now and then. Do a little froggy jump, and here we go. Went the little green frog one day. Went the little green frog. Went the little green frog one day. And we all go, ah, but we know frogs go, sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la. We know frogs go, sha-la-la-la-la. They don't go, ah. Do they? We know they don't. Very good. And now, let's go back to our two fat gentlemen. But today, instead of doing it with our fingers, we're going to do it with our whole bodies. So if you haven't done this one before, that's okay, but some of us did this as a finger game, and now we're doing it with our whole bodies. So let's get our two fat gentlemen, and you're going to walk towards the other people in our village down here. Down in the village there are two fat gentlemen, so be a fat gentleman, and we have: two fat gentlemen met in the lane, bowed most politely, a big fat bow, and bowed once again. How do you do? And how do you do? And how do you do again? Good. If you've got somebody else there with you who can do the shaking hands, you can do it together if you want to. It's up to you. Then we have, what's next? We have two posh ladies. They have a little staff like this. They walk with a staff and an umbrella, and off they go. Two posh ladies met in the lane, bowed most politely, and bowed once again. How do you do? And how do you do? And how do you do again? Then, the next one we had is two tall policemen. I'm just going to check everyone's muted. Give me a second. Who can guess what we're going to do for two tall policemen? Can you show me what you're going to do for two tall policemen? Let's see. We're going to be as tall as we can. So we're going to stretch our hands up tall, like a big policeman's hat, and we're going to walk on our toes. So, two tall policemen met in the lane. Still on your toes. Can you do a bow on your toes? Bowed most politely. That's very tricky. And bowed once again. How do you do on your toes? How do you do? And how do you do again? Then, next we have our little old lady. And so she's pulling her trolley and she's got a dog on a lead. So off you go, get your dog on the lead, the dog's ahead of her, trolley's behind, and two old ladies met in the lane, bowed most politely and bowed once again. How do you do? And how do you do? And how do you do again? Then we have our two little children, and they're skipping, aren't they? They're skipping as free as a care in the world. So they're two little children met in the lane, bowed most politely and bowed once again. How do you do? And how do you do? And how do you do again? Then I want to do two little children again because that's so fun. 1, 2, 3, and two little children met in the lane, bowed most politely and bowed once again. How do you do? And how do you do? And how do you do again? Then all the villagers met in the lane. So no, this is incredibly challenging, this one. Can you have a little go at being all of the different people one by one? So, all the villagers, starting off with our fat gentleman, and then our posh lady, and then our tall policeman, and then our old lady with her dog and her shopping cart, and then our little children. They all met in the lane. They bowed most politely and bowed once again. How do you do? And how do you do? And how do you do again? Well done. Give yourself a finger clap. Brilliant. Well, just over the hill they could hear the boom, boom, boom of the giant's feet going boom, boom, boom. See if you can step on all of my claps. Boom, 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 boom. And the giant got faster. Boom, boom. Can you step on all my claps? Boom, 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 boom. And the giant said, put your hand up to the, watch my hand, we're going to do a fist and we go, fee, fi, fo, fum. Here are the fingers, here's the thumb. Whew. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Fingers gone and whew, so is thumb. Swap hands, make a fist, facing the front and fee, fi, fo, fum. Here are the fingers, here's the thumb. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Fingers gone and whew, so is thumb. Both hands together, here we go. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Here are the fingers, here's the thumb. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Fingers gone and whoo, whoo, so is thumb. Well done, finger clap for you. Pat on the back, please. We all deserve a good pat on the back after that. And then we're going to do our Workman song, Workman Joe. Are you ready? Today we're going to use the word Joe. 1, 2, 3, and hey, my name's Joe. And I work in the button factory. I got a wife, 3 kids. One day the boss said to me, he said, Joe. I said, yo. He said, you busy? I said, no. He said, push this button with your right hand. Push this button with your right hand. Groove in on the floor if you want to. Groove in the feet. And hey, my name's Joe. And I lived in the button factory. I got a wife, 3 kids. One day the boss said to me, he said, Joe. I said, yo. He said, you busy? I said, no. He said, push this button with your left hand. Yeah, push this button with your left hand. Oh, hey, my name's Joe, and I work in the button factory. I got a wife, 3 kids. One day the boss said to me, he said, Joe. I said, yo. He said, you busy? I said, no. He said, push this button with your right leg. Okay. Hey, my name's Joe, and I work in the button factory. I got a wife, 3 kids. One day the boss said to me, he said, Joe. I said, yo. He said, you busy? I said, no. He said, push this button with your right leg. Left leg, sorry. Hey, my name's Joe, and I work in the button factory. I got a wife, 3 kids. One day the boss said to me, he said, Joe. I said, yo. He said, you busy? I said, no. He said, push this button with your bottom. Hey, my name's Joe, and I work in the button factory. I got a wife, 3 kids. One day the boss said to me, he said, Joe. I said, yo. He said, you busy? He said, as a matter of fact, I am. Oh, so Joe got onto his bicycle, and it was time to cycle home from work. So he got on his bicycle, and he went, I want to ride my bicycle, I want to ride my bike. I want to ride my bicycle, I want to ride it where I like. And he lay down in bed. He did a bit of foot clapping before he went to bed. A little bit of foot clapping. Helps him go to sleep. And then he lay down and he did some sand angels in his bed, moving his hands and arms out to the side, making sand angels. Of course, he didn't have sand in his bed. That would be silly. And then he just had a nice relax as he enjoyed the sound of the fairies who came to sing him to sleep. Wonderful, everyone. Let's all come and say hello. Well done. I'll unmute you all so you can say hello to your friends. You can click on Valerie. Here they are. Hello, everyone. We got some xylophone players. Brilliant. We got some xylophone players for the band. We started a band yesterday.
We're just telling. Hey, from Billy.
Hey, bye, Billy.
Kev, we'll see you later.
Hi, Jodie. Hi, Gan. That's my gran. That's my gran there. I mean, my mum. Okay, so I'm just muting you all for just a mini second. Please forgive me. I want to say hello to Torty Rye, who's new today. Round of applause for Torty Rye, who's come for her first time today. Fantastic. There might have been stuff, it might have felt like there was a lot of new stuff for you, so if there was, don't worry. We often come back to them and do them again. We also had a request from Andres to do the face salad game. Well, we did do a lot of face salad in the previous few weeks. We're having a break from that, but I'm sure we'll bring it back. At the moment, we're playing the kitchen utensil game at the beginning. But I love the suggestion. If anyone else has any songs or games or sorts of things they want me to do, you're very welcome to write them in the chat, and I'll see if I can bring them into the session. Okay, so I think that's all we need to say. If you do want to buy me a coffee, I'm putting a link in the chat, so you can do that. Yeah. But I'm very, very grateful for you all being here. That's the main thing. And I think it's time for our goodbye song in that case. So thanks very much for coming, everyone.
Bye.
Should we sing our goodbye song? 1, 2, 3, and Goodbye for now. Well, it's time to go. Boom, 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 boom. Goodbye for now. Well, it's time to go. Boom, 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 boom. I hate to leave you, but I really must say goodbye for now. For now. One more time it goes like this. Goodbye for now. Well, it's time to go. Bum, 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 bum. Goodbye for now. Well, it's time to go. Bum, 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 bum. I hate to leave you, but I really must say goodbye for now. For now. Goodbye for now. For now. Jazz hands. Jazz hands. Get ready for we're going to do our big ending with the guitar. We're strumming the guitar. Here it comes. 3, 2, 1. Boom. There we go. Good job. We finished it off well. Well done, everyone. So lovely to see you all. Have a lovely day. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thank you.